After a day full of snowfall, Madison could be just a few hours away from the start of a full city plow. And new information tonight on just how many vehicles were involved in last night's massive pileup on I-39-90, as well as how many people were hurt in the crash. Plus, a generous donation to the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is helping build a new facility to train kids for success in skilled trades. Those stories and more are coming up right now at 10. Snow has been falling all day across southern Wisconsin, and that snow won't be going anywhere for a while either, with temperatures dropping to the single digits soon. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm McKenna Alexander. Now you can see here on the radar behind me that this band of winter weather is beginning to move out of the region. News 3 has team coverage tonight tracking the snowfall. Andrew Banstra is live along Stoughton Road checking conditions there. We'll get to him in just a minute for a live report on that. But first, let's head outside to meteorologist Julian Seawright with the first warn forecast.
Well, McKenna, I'm just trying to enjoy as much of the snowfall as possible because it's a silver lining of things. We are seeing still some rather moderate snowfall outside on our weather patio, and many of us from Dane County to the southeast are going to continue to see this for at least the next hour or two. Here is the recent totals for our snowfall reports. We still have to remeasure out here on the patios. We definitely got about another inch over the last hour or two, but Janesville is knocking on the door of 8 inches of snowfall as of right now. And you can see from Waukesha to Verona, where we had reports that were around the 5-inch mark, we're all looking at some pretty decent totals once this system and storm is all said and done for most areas. Now, we have those winter weather bulletins that are going to be in effect for the winter weather advisory for our area until 3 a.m. going into our Sunday morning. And for that winter storm warning, that'll be in effect until 6 a.m. That's going to be from Rock County into Walworth County as well. Now, taking a look at the snowfall, where is it? Well, as of right now, we're still dealing with lots of that moderate to heavy snowfall from Madison, Dane County, and areas to Watertown, and for even Fort Atkinson. Now, taking a zoomed out look, this is where that band of snow is continuing to pretty much track throughout much of southern Wisconsin itself and parts of northern Illinois. Not very collected over northern Illinois, but you can see just south of I-39 into the eastern side, where that's between Milwaukee towards Kenosha, we're still dealing with those heavier bands of snowfall, and that's where we are also looking to expect to see those higher snow totals as well. We'll talk more about when we can see the snow finally end and what the rest of our weekend looks like in just a few moments. Until then, back to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Well, if you didn't have to be anywhere today, it may have been the better decision to just stay inside and not risk getting in the car. Our Andrew Banstra did have somewhere to be today. He's along Stoughton Road with a check of the road conditions right now. Andrew?
That's exactly right. Right now, the roads here at Stoughton Road are really bad. They're blanketed in snow. At times, you can't even tell what the street is and what the median is. Moral of the story, stay inside. Now, it's a good thing that this snow is falling on a Saturday when school is not in session and less people have to commute to work, that is. But still, if you do need to go somewhere in town today, slow and steady is the name of the game. To help clear some of those roadways, Madison is getting a full plow starting at midnight. City crew says they'd head out once the snow begins to move out of the region. Officials from the Madison Streets Division say plows could take anywhere from 12 to 14 hours for the initial cleanup, with more than 150 pieces of equipment at work. Now, as those plows continue to work the roads, we urge you to continue to give them their space to make sure that they can get their job done and that you stay safe as well. In Madison, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
All right, thanks, Andrew. Continuing our weather coverage this evening, here's a live look at the Beltline near Whitney Way. Not a lot of cars on the road with snow covering it. Now, just a reminder, take it slow while driving this evening. And here's what road conditions look like on Wisconsin's 511 map. All of that purple represents road closures throughout the region. You can get around the area if you need to, but if you don't have anywhere to be tonight, it's best to just stay in and stay safe. Some new information now as we're learning 21 people were hurt during last night's 85-car pileup on I-39-90 between Janesville and Beloit. The pileup closed the freeway down for the majority of the day. The accident was first reported around 12:30 in the afternoon, and it wasn't until 8 o'clock that evening that southbound traffic began moving once again. By 9:30, both lanes of travel had reopened. Luckily, none of the reported injuries were life-threatening. However, unrelated related to that pileup, one person did die after a crash on I-3990 in Janesville last night. The Wisconsin State Patrol reports the crash happened around 7 p.m. when the driver of a Toyota Camry crashed into the back of a semi-truck near the East Racine Street interchange. The driver of the Camry did die from their injuries, but the provided press release did not mention if the driver of the semi was injured. The victim's name has not yet been released, and the cause of that crash is still under investigation. In more local news, thanks to a $1.5 million donation from a local nonprofit, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is now one step closer to finishing its work on a brand new youth workforce development center. As our Braden Ross explains, this project will focus on setting kids up for success in the skilled trades.
We almost had a party when we heard that they were going to support at that level.
The Boys and Girls Club of Dane County is now one step closer to opening a dedicated youth workforce development center.
We're just happy to be one of many supporters of this really impactful effort.
Thanks to a $1.5 million donation from Madison nonprofit Ascendium, the Boys and Girls Club has almost reached its goal of raising $35 million for the McKenzie Regional Workforce Center.
It's a path to the skilled trades, which are high-paying jobs, and path towards upward social mobility.
Vice President of Workforce Development at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County, Alan Branch, says the new facility will focus on getting kids interested in trades and setting them up for future success.
There are a lot of kids, like me, I was one of them, who didn't see, a 4-year college in their future. Connecting them to playing in the sand with dirt trucks, that can actually be a career, but expose them to the pathway, some of the things that they have to be good at in order to achieve it.
In fact, Branch says the hands-on learning has already begun.
They came in while the construction was going on. We had about 15 kids who worked with our carpenters, and they actually built one of the walls in the Entrepreneurship Center. So I'm looking forward to them coming back as students and bragging about the impact that they've had in the center already.
The center also hopes to help address worker shortages in the future.
This is also supporting the economy by providing skilled labor to the businesses that are really in need of that.
The center is expected to open to students in late July, and the Boys and Girls Club is still looking to raise about $5 million more before then. For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
In Janesville, a 25-year-old man was arrested last night, accused of trying to steal cars from a Walmart parking lot. Janesville police officers say the man had been trying car doors in the lot and later tried to pull a 73-year-old man out of his vehicle. That man was buckled up, however, and could not be easily removed. That man was then able to drive away and report the attempted carjacking to police. The suspect reportedly left his shoe in the victim's car as well. Officers were able to track the man down by using surveillance footage from Walmart. He was then located at a motel and taken into custody. Just a reminder, per our station policy, we are not naming the suspect until he has been formally charged. The University of Wisconsin Law School is joining what has become a nationwide revolt against the U.S. News World Rankings of universities. For decades, these rankings have dictated higher education prestige and helped students decide where to go to school. The rankings have also been the target of controversy for years in what some have called a pay-to-play system. That controversy has boiled over into action, starting this past fall, when Yale University declared it would not participate in the next round of ranks. Harvard Medical School followed in January, and now top legal and medical schools around the country are making similar declarations. UW's law school is next on that list this week, and the school's dean explains why.
Puts a lot of weight on quote-unquote reputation. It overemphasizes median LSAT and GPA, and it doesn't consider something that is really central to our mission and values as Wisconsin's flagship public law school, and that is providing a world-class education and at an affordable price.
Dan Tukaji is sitting down with Naomi Coles tomorrow morning on For the Record at 10:30 for an in-depth discussion about what he believes went wrong with the university ranking system and whether he sees a future for any rankings at all. In Memphis, police video showing the violent arrest of Tyre Nichols was released last night. Now, we are going to show you part of the footage, but do note it may be disturbing to some viewers, as the videos show Nichols being pulled out of the car during a traffic stop, tased, and then repeatedly beaten. The 5 police officers involved have been fired and now face second-degree murder charges. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry shares the latest from Memphis.
Protesters took to the streets nationwide for the second day following the release of body camera video showing Memphis police brutally beating Tyre Nichols during a traffic stop.
It breaks my heart.
In the chilling footage, officers are seen holding Nichols down and repeatedly hitting him with their fists, boots, and batons. 5 officers were fired in the aftermath. On Thursday, they were charged with second-degree murder and other crimes in Nichols' death 3 days after the January 7th beating. In a tweet, former President Barack Obama called the attack a vicious, unjustified beating and a painful reminder of how far America still has to go in fixing how we police our streets. On Saturday, the Memphis Police Department announced it's disbanding the so-called Scorpion crime-fighting unit the officers were a part of.
Who decided that we needed a Scorpion unit with that kind of leeway? With just a Wild Wild West attitude.
And it's very puzzling for me that I don't have the information that I need to at least understand what started this.
The police chief told CBS News' Jeff Pegues she questions the reason officers gave for pulling Nichols over in the first place, alleged reckless driving. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis Police Director C.J. Davis says other officers are under investigation. As the Shelby County Sheriff says, 2 deputies have also been relieved of duty without pay while their conduct is investigated. The GoFundMe page created in memory of Nichols is growing by the hour. The account had more than $700,000 in donations by this afternoon. Tyre Nichols' mother created the page to help pay for mental health services for her and her husband, and so that they can take time off from their jobs. The couple also says they want to build a skate park in Tyre's memory. Coming up next at 10, there's still time to help a local organization to help keep low-income families warm this winter. We'll share how.
Prosecutor, now Circuit Court Judge, Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, I'll be a common-sense judge. I'll protect public safety. I believe in a woman's freedom to make her own decision on abortion. It's time for a change.
We asked people to give their honest feedback on how wrinkles around their eye area and under-eye puffiness looked after trying Tint and Tighten for the first time.
So with foundation, normally it just kind of cover up and conceal things, but with Tint and Tighten, it actually changes the way the skin looks. The lines are actually gone, so you don't get any of that buildup within them and the creases that you normally would see with when you wear foundation.
Tint and Tighten shrinks under-eye puffiness, smooths out wrinkles and fine lines around the eye area, and provides tinted coverage to hide dark circles and skin imperfections, making you look fresh and younger. And since Tint and Tighten works in 10 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours, you can look your best without getting injections or fillers. Get beautiful, lightweight, tinted coverage, plus that smoother, younger, wrinkle-free look from years past in 10 minutes. A look that will make you feel beautiful and confident. Try it this new year for only $19.95, plus get free shipping and handling. Visit tintandtighten.com or call the number on your screen.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brooks Night Guard. Now, the Brooks Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brooks Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to brooksnightguard.com and order yours today.
I'm
voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
A local woman with no climbing experience tackles mighty Mount Kilimanjaro.
What in the world have I gotten into?
In a News 3 Now exclusive, Arman Rahman traces her path and shares her advice to others who dream big. Sunday at 10.
In health news tonight, running is known as a healthy activity, but a new study's found some runners can become dependent on getting their miles in, with researchers saying some joggers use running to escape unpleasant aspects of their lives or to avoid problems they need to face. With this in mind, experts urge runners to understand what motivates their exercise. And in some more local news tonight, the Society of St. Vincent de Paul is helping keep families warm this winter. This weekend, the organization is hosting its 31st annual Recycle the Warmth Blanket Drive. Any new or gently used blanket or pieces of bedding collected this weekend will be donated to low-income families throughout the year. Last year, the organization distributed nearly $100,000 worth of blankets and bedding to local families in need.
They may not have a comforter, they may not have sheets. We give them sheets, 2 new blankets, and 2 gently used blankets so that they can stay warm and snug all night long.
If you have gently used bedding or blankets that you'd like to donate, you have through tomorrow to do so at one of the 6 locations you see on your screen. Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Julian Searay.
Well, alert day will continue throughout the rest of tonight as we're going to continue to see those moderate to heavy bands of snowfall, which could be adding on another inch or even 3 inches through many areas of southern Wisconsin. And this would include Dane County and our friends to the southeast. We do have an update on those snow totals we'll get to in just a moment. But again, that additional 1 to 3 inches is going to be making things rather treacherous throughout tonight and into our early Sunday morning. So make sure if you do have to head out, you're using caution because visibility is very low and we are still starting to see some significant snowfall totals, not only just in Dane County, but areas to the southeast as well. Until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, we have that winter weather advisory in effect for us here in Dane County, areas to the north and to the east. To the southeast, this would be for Rock and for Walworth counties. Until 6 a.m. for Sunday, we have a winter storm warning in effect. Now, here's our updated totals. Just outside on our weather patio, I just did a measurement. We have about 10 inches of snowfall, and the snow is still climbing for us. For Janesville, close to 8 inches. Dodgeville, about 4, but we haven't seen much updates from Waukesha, Dodgeville, or from Verona over the last about 3 hours. So we're anticipating those numbers to be on the up and up. For Racine, we had about 7.4 inches of snowfall over the last most recent reports. And again, we're still dealing with that heavy band. It's almost stalled out from Dane County into the southeast. Slowly moving, still pumping out bands of heavy to moderate snowfall throughout much of the area. So again, it's going to be one of those where you just want to stay inside, but it'll make for an excellent sled day or snow day in itself going into our Sunday. Now, as we take a look at how much snow has fallen throughout much of southern Wisconsin in the last 24 hours, you can see from Madison to the east, if you are east of I-39 or even around 43, that's where we're seeing the heaviest snowfall totals as of right now. Just south of Janesville, this is the radar estimate, around 10 inches of snowfall, and parts of Madison have seen close to about 8 and maybe even more, especially towards the southeast, near about Stoughton or even for Oregon. For the southwest, they didn't see as much snowfall from our radar estimate, but again, as we get into the next few hours, the snow in itself, it's not moving out very quickly, so it's going to be stalled out. So for the next about 3 hours, we could even see those snowfall totals be rather impressive heading into tomorrow. Now, temperatures are going to be a very frigid one for us on the surface. Looking at the teens, wind speeds are going to make it feel like it's in the single digits. So make sure that you're layering up for tomorrow, and your best opportunity to shovel all this snow is going to be around the afternoon. The snow's going to stop early into our Sunday morning, but be prepared for that snow to start to freeze as well, as temperatures are not getting out of the teens. And on top of it, the sunshine is going to probably be our best bet to start to really give us any kind of aid and shoveling the snow. So from Sunday afternoon to early evening before 5 o'clock is going to be your best opportunity, because once we get into our Sunday nights, the real cold starts to bite. We're going to see those single digits and wind speeds coming in from the north, going to make it feel like it is in the single, well below zero going in for our Monday and especially for our Tuesday, where we're going to see that Arctic air move in once again, bringing temperatures to feel very bitterly cold throughout the next couple of days. So here's our 3 things we'll need to know. Looking at snow to end overnight, cold into the weekend, and cold to start the work week. Wind chill values will be well below zero, not just for our Sunday night going into Monday, but from Monday going into our Tuesday and Tuesday night as well. We're looking at wind chill values going into our Tuesday to be anywhere between 15 to 25 degrees below zero. You can see how we're waking up from our Tuesday morning, 10 degrees below zero. Adding a little bit of wind, it is going to be one of those where you do not want to be outside for longer than you have to, McKenna.
It's already cold enough being in our studio. I just got a physical chill. Did you see me whenever you're talking about the negative 25? That's cold.
Honestly, every time I have to talk about that, I always just get a little bit of a chill, and I'm like, man, am I not wearing enough under my suits?
No,
like,
you can never wear enough with that.
Apparently. Whew.
All right. Thanks, Jolene.
Yeah.
Well, with the cold winter weather, Sun Prairie has been without sun, but not without fun. Today, the Fun Prairie Frozen Fest helped bring its community together over games of mini golf alongside an ice carving competition. Our Andrew Banster was there this afternoon to see the festival for himself.
There was more snow than sun today, but despite the weather, Fun Prairie was the place to be. It started with a golf bar crawl inspired by Groundhog's Day.
Golfing round for groups of teams to come around, and they use this scorecard, and it's to raise money for a charity for the Lions Club. And they just have 9 bars that they go to, and they golf at each one of them, and then they total up the scores at the end of the day.
And with the bitter weather, she doesn't expect to see any shadows anytime soon.
I don't think he's going to see a shadow. I think we're going to have a long winter.
Meanwhile, right down the street,
from the links to the ice, right here in Fun Prairie, it doesn't look like we're going to see any shadows anytime soon.
Center stage in Sun Prairie's Frozen Fest was an ice sculpting competition.
We are supposed to carve from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Edwin says he comes from a Filipino family of woodworkers, saying he's carved wood and even watermelons, but never ice.
Just have fun. Don't worry about the contest. Just have fun and chill out.
Across the square, I spoke with Paul, who said he's been ice sculpting as a hobby for 8 years. And then it dawned on me, how does somebody learn such a unique skill?
By doing it. Yeah, it's all you can do is you learn by practicing. You get better every time you do it.
And with 3 minutes until ice chisels down, what if he doesn't finish on time?
You're never done. Art is never complete.
At the end, a judging panel scored the sculptures, but I spoke with one person who said everyone's a winner.
I mean, I like them all because, like, they are made out of ice.
In Sun Prairie, Andrew Vanstra, News 3 Now.
Still ahead, while the woes continue for Wisconsin men's basketball, the women's hockey team has found their groove once again. We'll have more from the series finale with St. Thomas next when Jordan joins us for sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Monsters of Destruction is coming, and coming with a vengeance. Monster Trucks, Top Trucks, Monster Truck Rides, new to Madison, Quad Wars, no rules, all things, no race to the finish you don't want to miss. Buckshot, War Wizard, Heavy Hitter against the King and Alcatraz, all ready for 3 massive shows. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride, snap a pic with a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center, January 27th, 28th, and 29th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
Lake Ridge may be a new name, but it isn't a new bank. It's one built on over a century of community commitment. One equipped with all the knowledge and resources of 145 collective years of experience. Monona Bank and State Bank of Cross Plains are coming together as one. As Lake Ridge Bank, we're doing more together for you.
Edge, or Explorer SUV with 0% APR financing for 36 months, only at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms.
If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call right now to find out if you qualify.
Call 1-800-336-0524. 1-800-336-0524.
Are you okay?
Oh, it's just a cold. If you have high blood pressure, a cold is not just a cold. Coracetin is the #1 doctor-recommended cold and flu brand, specially designed for people with high blood pressure. Be there for life's best moments. Trust Coracetin.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and we will send you local breaking news as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
Get fresh whole chicken for just 99 cents a pound during Hy-Vee's 99-cent sale this Friday through Sunday. Get products for just 99 cents, like a 12-pack of Marichon ramen noodles, Hy-Vee potato chips, Lunchables, P3, and Hy-Vee cereal for just 99 cents each. Plus, get Honeycrisp apples for just 99 cents a pound while supplies last. Don't miss Hy-Vee's 99-cent sale this Friday through Sunday.
Men's basketball is struggling to find consistency in 2023. And I mean, that makes sense. Between injuries and losses, it's been a tough month for this group, who have only tallied 2 wins in January. Now, coming off 2 straight road losses, this group is eager to get out of their funk. Now, they're trying to avenge their first Big Ten loss of the season, hosting Illinois today. Also getting Max Klesmit back after missing 2 games with an injury. And the first Badger bucket belongs to Klesmit, a triple for that early lead. Now, the first half, pretty lackluster for both sides. The Badgers trail by 4 at the break, but they find their footing halfway through the second half. Steven Krause splashes home a triple, and it's now a 1-point game. Now, Chucky Hepburn, he's also quick to follow. He works past a defender for the open bucket. That's 2 of his team-high 15. Well, the Illini start dialing things up later on, especially Max Meyer. Career-high 26 points from him, and the Badgers drop their 3rd straight game, 61-51. This makes it their 6th loss in 7 games. So the question is, what do they do now? Gregard's answer, you got to get back to who we are, and it starts with...
The #1 thing, by and large, was what we were not doing defensively, and that's been the emphasis. You know, getting Max back helps that. It doesn't fix everything, but for the most part, seeing that intensity and toughness and grit, as I mentioned at the outset, return is good, because we can't stray. That has to be a part of who we are with this team.
Badgers do get a bit of time off before their next game. They're going to head to Columbus to face Ohio State on Thursday. Tip-off is set for 6. From 5 straight losses to 3 straight wins, the Wisconsin women's hockey team is starting to look like itself again. The latest dub is over St. Thomas last night in Game 1 of their series. UW trying to break out the brooms for the 2nd weekend in a row. Now, the best way to do it? It's right here. Sophie Shirley corrals the puck off the board, sends it back to Maddie Wheeler, and she buries the first goal of the game. Bucky, they're just getting after it today. In the second period, it's still the same score, 1-0, when Kirsten Sims lights the lamp to make it a 2-goal game. Casey O'Brien's going to add on another one later in the period for good measure, and UW sweeps St. Thomas after completing a 3-0 shutout. The men's team wraps up its series tonight with Notre Dame fighting Irish sweep Bucky after getting a 3-1 win. Up next for Wisconsin is a 2-game series in Michigan.
All right, thanks, Jordan. Stay with us. Final check your first run forecast coming up when we return.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Sleep Life got you down? For a price that won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 7-day winter sale, check out the Easy Choice Plush or Firm, now only $399.99. Save $100 on the Aspen lineup, or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for just $69.99. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's Scratch of the Day. This $3 game really shakes things up. If your shake matches the shake needed for that same day, you could win up to $30,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
We all need fiber for our digestive health, but less than 10% of us get enough each day. Good thing Metamucil gummies are an easy way to get prebiotic plant-based fiber with the same amount of fiber as 2 cups of broccoli. Metamucil gummies, the easy way to get your daily fiber.
A dental tool is round for a reason. So is an Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth. So clean, you'll feel like you just left the dentist. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Come and get it.
Research shows people remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a little number you'll never forget.
Did you know that Liberty Mutual
Only pay for what you need. Only pay for what you need. Custom home insurance created for you all. Now the song is done, back to living in your wall.
They're just gonna live in there?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
A final check of our weather. Our 10-day forecast is going to be a cold one to start our week and to end our weekend. We're going to see temperatures into the teens, and then overnights single digits, and on top of it will be 10 degrees below zero heading into next week as well. Make sure that you're bundling up.
All right, thanks, Joan, and thanks for joining us tonight. Weekend Morning starts at 6:30.